Sifuna is not a Luya. Because Sifuna is not a person. I think Kenyans sometimes miss these things very well. Even people who have been to school, even people who have read history. Sifuna is an idea. And not once has Sifuna tried to be a Luya leader. He has never tried. Sifuna first as a person is a national politician, is a national leader. Not merely because he's SG of ODM. Not merely because he's a senator in Nairobi and not in Bungoma. No. Sifuna's politics has been national and not local. Therefore, the first thing the enemies will want to do is to localize him, to villagize him, to turn him into a fade Luya leader. And I am asking you, Luya leaders, Luya members of parliament from Western Kenya, please don't be used to derail your brother. Having explained that Sifuna is not a Luya, but they will attempt to make him a Luya and a failed one. Let me now show you why they are afraid of Sifuna. And why you are going to be used. And why history will never, ever forgive you. But I must also clarify, because I have said this, you are in order to continue campaigning for whoever you want to campaign. Convince us, I'm a Luya. Tell me, Manyora, look here. We think Ruto is the right person. Just convince us. Who knows, I might accept. But don't be used against this Sifuna. History can be very harsh. Very harsh. And why do you think they fear Sifuna? First, Edwin Sifuna is an idea. And they say, an idea whose time has come, you cannot stop it. Sifuna is not a person. It's an idea. Ukiona watu wanasema sisi ndio Sifuna, take it lightly at your own peril if you are an opponent. It's a mighty river flowing, and this river is going to sweep many people off the way. So let me now explain why Sifuna is a threat to many of these people. First, Sifuna, as an idea, is dangerous to the status quo. Because he comes with an entirely new way of playing politics. He is re-engineering the politics of the land. Soon it will come to a place where Kenyans will realize they have been suffering because of business as usual in politics. Same monkeys. And that this party politics is very deceptive. It doesn't give you a choice. They are the same people. So Sifuna is disrupting that. And it makes many people uncomfortable. Very many people uncomfortable. And that's why I've been advising these young men. If you want to go far, forget about party. Don't rush for a party. The moment you rush for a party, you are deep into the legacy politics, legacy democracy, legacy elections. You will not beat those people at their game. They set the rule. They get the referee. They are in charge of everything. You can't beat them. And this is the first threat. So you people being used to threaten, to derail Sifuna, you must know is a big thing you are up against. You are up against the people of Kenya who want to play the politics differently. Secondly, almost related to the first, Sifuna is awakening two sleeping giants. And that is a threat. Two sleeping giants. Giant number one, the young people of this country. They have never been part of our politics. They have never seen any sense in our politics. They don't believe these politicians. They don't have hope for the future because they don't see that hope in our politics. Sifuna brings that hope, makes that hope possible. They can now see, when they look ahead, they can see there's a future. That's why Sifuna is an idea. They can see a future. When they look at Babu Wino, they see a future. You may have your own issues if you have, and you are free to have them. But they see something different. The millions of young people without jobs can see themselves with jobs. That constituency is lethal, but it has been dormant, like a dormant volcano. This volcano that is young people, youth, is about to erupt because of Sifuna. 2024 June, 2025 June anniversary, the Gen Z thing, that was just a tip of the iceberg. And look at how much it shook the country. Look at what the Gen Zs were able to achieve. Leading Ruto to look for Raila Odinga. That was big. But like Americans say, you ain't seen nothing yet. That will be like picnic, Sunday school, compared to the current reawakening or awakening. When these young men become woke, like they say, when their consciousness is raised, you can't stop them. You can't stop them. So Sifuna presents danger because he's igniting passion in a sleeping giant. Youth, the Gen Zs and so on. It is a nightmare to those in power. And they will use you. For the first time, they will empower you. They have never empowered you. They always know lawyers are people you give. If they are MPs, you give them 200,000, 50,000. This time they'll give you millions. And I'm not saying Ruto. Please don't get me wrong. I am saying status quo. The club, those who own this country. Ruto may be even a very poor member of that club, or a second generation owner. And they will use you. They will empower you. The question is, will you be willing to be used to derail your own? Mtu Mluya, utatumiwa kumaliza mwenzako Mluya by trying to villagize him, to localize him, yet he's a national figure. I have said if Sifuna, the name, people, if it wasn't for the name, who would know Sifuna is a Luya? He has never made that attempt. And the moment he makes that attempt, he will be lost. The second thing, the second giant, the Mlembe vote, dynamite. Yesterday on Twitter, I saw bullfighter Boni Mtetezi, Boni Khalwale, Senator of Kakamega, presenting two figures of censors. The ones they have fished, did fishing or mining from what do you call this, Huduma Center, and the one of the national census. The one of the national census placed Kikuyus as at number one. But this other one placed Luya as number one. Whatever the case, whether Luya are number one or number two is not even the case. It's not even the issue. The issue is the Luya have 4 or so million votes. That is huge. 4 to 5 million votes. That is huge. But that vote has never been useful. Luyas never register. They never turn out to vote. Kakamega is the second largest county. Now comparing what happens in the second largest Kakamega and the first and the largest, which is Kiambu, forget about Nairobi, look at the discrepancy in terms of between the population and registered voters. Vis-a-vis Kiambu population and registered voters. And the turnout. Per population, how many votes do you have registered? How many votes of those turn out? Compare Kiambu with the highest population and Kakamega with the second highest population. You can see the story I'm talking about. And you know Luyas are spread all over. It's not just Western Province.